Ravi, the CTA is facing criticism on all fronts. Amid serious questions of safety and reliability, it's now hoping taxpayers will bail out the agency as it faces driving off a fiscal cliff. New records obtained by the I-Team are raising questions tonight about hundreds of thousands of dollars CTA employees made in overtime. That's now under scrutiny. In some cases, employees earned double their salary in overtime alone. With fists in the air, Chicago transit workers rallied in Springfield last week to call attention to a dire situation, a $770 million budget shortfall that could lead to serious service cuts.
The danger that has been outlined is very real.
These workers are on their own today, making it work, putting their lives on the line.
But before any more money is sent to CTA,
this is their budget. It's almost $1 billion.
State Democratic Representative Marty Moylan wants to know how the agency is spending what it already has. Moylan chairs the State House Transportation Committee and is zeroing in on CTA's overtime costs by employees.
We have to get to the bottom of why all this overtime is being doled out. It's unacceptable.
The I-Team filed a Freedom of Information Act request for CTA employee overtime records in May of 2024. We just received those records last week, 11 months after we asked. Those records show overtime costs have increased nearly 40% since 2019, from $86 million to nearly $120 million in 2024. Our analysis found 100 full-time employees made twice their annual salary in overtime in a single year. That includes one supervisor who made more than $233,000 in overtime on top of a base salary of $95,000.
We had to hold the managers and supervisors accountable for all this overtime.
In response to these findings, the CTA told us late today that the increases in overtime costs have largely been attributable to the effects of the pandemic, such as significant workforce shortages and capital construction and maintenance needs. They also attributed overtime costs governed by collective bargaining statements with CTA employee unions. In the past 2 years, a CTA spokesperson said the agency has hired 5,000 new employees, aggressively working to take the stress off our existing workforce.
They wanted more than $1 billion to make these systems sustainable right now. And we're saying we're not going to give you a dime until we get some reforms.
Legislators need to approve funding by the end of next month, or the CTA, along with Metra and PACE, will face that massive budget shortfall. The CTA told us that transit agencies across the country are experiencing similar workforce challenges, and they say they too have turned to overtime in order to provide these services. But that's a lot of money, and some legislators want answers.
It's a serious challenge all the way around.
All right,
Liz, thank you.